Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Okay, fine. 3, 2, 1.
Huh? No, it's me.
Really?
I bet it's me. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, he forgets everything. Hey everyone, today we have a special guest.
Hey.
Hi! This is Nick. He's my boyfriend and he's going to play a game with me so we can introduce our Notion for Couples database. Let's go! Quick rundown of how our Notion is set up. There are 3 themes or sections. One is documentation and references towards notes on things we need to remember, lessons we want to be learning, etc. Second is ways that we want to keep each other accountable towards each other's growth and goals. And third are cutesy couple things that keep things fun and exciting between us. And that's how the different pages that we're going to be highlighting from our Notion database is going to be categorized or structured in this video. So making a Notion database doesn't necessarily work for everyone. There's a whole spectrum, right, of communication. There's no communication at all, hardly talking, very passive aggressive. And then there's overkill, just like too much communication, quote unquote. Interestingly, one Notion database for a couple that I found on the internet, I think, at least from our perspective, is bordering the overkill because they talk about principles and protocols and whatever other things that I think just for our relationship is on that borderline, but for their relationship works out really well for them. I'd say in between the overkill and no communication at all, you want to be in the middle, and that's how we think this Notion database is at for our relationship. Now I say that because maybe this Notion thing doesn't work for you and that's okay, but maybe there's hints that you want to be trying it for your relationship as a couple. And if so, feel free to use the templates below. Watch this video, try and experiment and see if it works for you. And if not, no worries. So as mentioned, today we're going to play a game to spice up the video as we introduce our Notion for Couples database. The game that we're going to play today is called Consensus. Yep, Consensus. It's actually a game that I created with the help of a friend. You can buy your own set of consensus cards over at the link down below on Gumroad. So for example, we pull a consensus card and it's
Who can sing the highest pitched note?
all right, and then for this couples version, we're going to point at one another. And the goal is to point at the same person, but that's not always going to be the case. Really, the meta goal of the game is to have fun, get to know each other. Buy your own consensus pack today, link down below. We're going to change up the questions accordingly so it relates to the database pages. All right, let's start. Who thinks the most long-term about life? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Is that you or me?
Me.
Okay.
Do you think it's you?
Yeah.
Why?
I just do.
Okay. Well, I think it used to be, maybe it used to be me, where I'd like project my life for a long time, but then maybe now it's you. Who is better at keeping track of their goals? All right. 3, 2, 1. Hell yeah.
Easy. Not
Easy.
even a question.
Who is better at waking up in the morning? All right. 3, 2, 1. Hell yeah. He's really bad at waking up.
I'm so bad.
He's actually the one who's helping me wake up worse in the morning because he's making it worse because he always snoozes. Next, check out our life goals and monthly retros Notion database. The ways that we feed into each other's growth and keep each other accountable towards our goals is our life goals page, which is comprised of 2 important pages, the life goals timeline and the monthly retros. Let's jump into the timeline first. Our life goals timeline shows a Kanban style timeline per quarter of the goals that we want to be achieving and keeping each other accountable towards. So we have 2021, Q3, Q4, Q1 for the next year, 2, etc., etc. And we have corresponding goals under each one. I've blocked it out. A couple of these goals are personal, but let me show an example so it's a bit more concrete. And we'll go through what this goal is. So this goal is to launch an NFT project for Filipino artists. And let's say I want to be doing it within 2021 Q3, so it's this particular quarter, and a category under recreation. I'm the owner, not Nick, so I put myself here. Sometimes we have both of us as the owners. And then you have tracking. So here are the categories for tracking status. Below here is a template of what each of our goals will have. Now let's jump into the monthly retros and reflections to show how we keep each other accountable on a monthly basis towards these very long-term goals. As you can see here, we kind of just started this one because we saw that we had these life goals but didn't actually work our way towards it. So we said, okay, every month we're going to keep each other accountable towards these goals by doing a retro, so looking back, and a reflection. So here's for March, June, and August. Let's open up August. Just a checklist of some items here. So one for Nick and one for me. So alongside the goals that we want to keep each other accountable towards, we also have habits. And we use this framework called DAKI, which is drop unhealthy habits, add healthier habits, keep things that are doing us good, and improve on things we want to further and develop. Here's an example of mine. So at the very top, you can see the goals that I have as part of the life goals timeline. These are the goals for this particular quarter. And then you'll see drop, add, keep, improve. So what we'll do is that we have a calendar invite on a Saturday morning so we can look at our life goals docs, look at our timelines, see if there were certain goals that we were able to achieve or things that we need help in or things that we want to be abandoning, and look at our monthly retros, reflect back in the previous month, and look forward to the next month to see if there are any other habits you want to improve on.
Quick pause here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps Mika's channel a ton. Back to regular programming.
Who's most likely able to spend an entire month without drinking coffee? This includes comment here.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I could probably do it.
I love coffee.
It would be pretty tough.
I think I was better at it during the actual month though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were pretty good.
We have this like whole monthly long experiment thing. You'll see it in our Notion database in a bit, but basically an entire month without coffee. Who's most likely able to spend an entire month without the internet? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Huh?
I think
You
I
sure?
could do it. 5 books.
Okay. No more crypto, no more options for an
Yeah.
entire month.
No trading, no crypto, no YouTube videos. No
YouTube,
games.
that's tough. Okay. Who is better at starting new habits? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Really? You think so?
Yeah, but I think I'm better at keeping new habits.
Like what?
Like if we just start a habit, I feel like I could keep it for way
Like
longer.
what? What's an example?
Exercising.
In mid-2019, Nick and I started this thing called month-long experiments, where we kept each other accountable every single day for an entire month towards a pretty difficult habit. So I'm going to show a couple of these and hopefully inspire some of the habits or monthly experiments that you want to be doing. So reduce caffeine April. What we did was baseline, we could not pay for coffee, but we also tapered down our entire coffee journey because we were getting very addicted. Spoiler alert, we ended up doing really well for that month, but then after that we were like, cool, we're done with it. Let's go back to coffee because we love it that much. Oops. Anyway, here is really a very simple template. There's the day, there's the specific date, and then my column, which I check off if I've done it, and then Nick's column, plus some notes that we have in between. So you can see it's not too bad. I think Nick had more checks than I did by 2. We basically just logged those days in our notes towards it to keep each other accountable. We also did meatless or vegetarian May. And this one actually Nick continued for the most part because it was a really good habit to stick to. Here were some reflections that we had towards the end, put at the very top, and then some baseline rules that we added where eggs were okay and seafood was not okay. We also had sugar-free March where we couldn't eat anything with sugar or added sugars at least. I wasn't very good at it. I think I told myself to log these days, but also didn't actually end up completing that set of habits for that month, and then reflected at the very end. Looks like skin is better without sugars. Highly recommend doing some of these month-long experiments. More over here that we tried if you're interested in getting inspiration for your own.
Async learning. Notion pages about learning async, referencing stuff. So first question, who's faster at learning
Yeah.
things?
Who's faster at learning things?
Okay, 3, 2, 1. I think it's because if I like it, that I'll do everything I can to learn about it and just like know everything I can, just because it's just so fun.
More obsessive personality.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, next question. Who's more verbose when teaching something? 3, 2, 1.
Talkative.
Yeah.
So talkative.
I think from the last question, I learned so much about it, and then I just want to spew everything out again.
Non-stop.
Yeah, I just talk a lot. All right. Last question. Who's most likely to become a teacher at a school in the future? All right. 3, 2, 1. You.
I don't know.
I've
I would
never
like-
heard you say that.
I would like
You
to
wanted
teach.
to.
Ah!
Oh.
My goal, like, set up in life is to be able to run my business, but also teach classes and mentor people, and also run my beach resort.
I did not know that second part.
But I don't know if it'd
Say
be
I
in a
learned.
school necessarily. What about you?
I think it would be cool to teach coding or something. Yeah.
He likes to teach. All right, check out our asynchronous learning pages where we try to deep dive into crypto, DeFi, real estate, New York versus SF, etc., etc. Nowadays, we're both very into crypto and DeFi and want to get more immersed in that space. Well, what better to keep each other accountable towards our learning goals and basically 2x our learning speed by sharing each other's notes with each other through this shared crypto and DeFi database. So very, very simple. There's not much structure here. There's really just the different categories of things we want to be learning, some readings, and our notes on specific questions or concepts that we want to dig further into. Really, the main idea for this is we are sharing our learnings and feeding into each other's growth in this shared Notion database. Another example is, nowadays we're contemplating our decision in living in New York versus San Francisco. This pro-cons list, which I consider under the learning bucket, learning different cities and our preference for both, is a way that we do that. So we have our pros here, and the left side, my pros for going to New York, Nick's pros for going to New York, and then the cons associated to that, and then acknowledgement of things that are neutral / open questions we still want to be thinking about. So actually at the very top, I shared some names and some notes of people that sent their opinions as they were also contemplating the same decision, so that Nick also has an overview of what my friends are saying to help inform his pro-cons list. In this way, we're hashing out a decision together and learning about each other's preferences for such a major decision in our lives. You can apply it to anything that you want to be learning or sharing notes with together. I showed the crypto and DeFi pro-cons list. We're also trying to learn real estate and collecting notes from some of our friends and in YouTube videos. Highly recommend keeping each other accountable through these shared notes and 2xing your learning speed along the way.
Next theme is key events. So first question, who is better at remembering key moments in life?
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, he forgets everything.
Yeah. I feel like I just forget a ton of stuff because I'm like trying to learn other random stuff and it's just like pushing out. So I gotta write it all down in Notion. Next question. Who is more sentimental? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
sentimental over objects and things. That's why I remember stuff.
Yeah. I feel like I don't get very sentimental.
Yeah. Okay, I have one.
Okay.
Who likes to be a host in events more? Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Oh, I thought you pointed yourself.
I do
So
like
like
being
hosting.
a host, but I know it's not as much as you.
Okay, that's fair. Check out our Notion page where we list out all the significant key events in our relationship. Something we recently started spinning up is this significant events database, which is a very, very simple one showing the significant event and the date that it happened. So there are a couple here. You can see I asked Nick to fill out a couple of these recently, which we have yet to do a little bit more of. But it's very simple, right? Here are some significant events, our firsts together, and the corresponding date or rough date for when that happened, plus a couple things that I projected and haven't yet fulfilled, but hoping to do so soon. We actually took some inspiration for what events to track on the How I Use Notion to Manage My Relationship link that I've referred to earlier. I'll link it down below. We haven't quite gotten to detail or as kinky as this particular Notion where it shows the first hickey or some pectoral and torso activities, but showing it to you anyway in case you want to get some inspiration for your significant events Notion. Okay, here. Who is more of a sour butt when they lose in games? Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm so bad.
Yeah, you get mad.
I get mad at you.
You get angry. Or just quiet, or both.
Oh god. I get very sour. Yeah. I need to win. Who is more of an ass when they win a game towards the loser? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's true. That's me. It's me.
Yeah, you
100%.
like analyze the game. You're like, yeah, I think I won because of this. And I'm like,
if you didn't in that round, if you did this, I think you would have won, but you didn't.
Yeah. Last, who's better at games? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Okay, come on. I mean,
I have to win. So I win. Okay, check out our 2 cute couple games that we made on Notion. If you know me, I love games, and if you know Nick and myself, we both love games. So we've used Notion to create games for each other. I'm going to show 2. The first one is this 36 questions competition edition. If you don't know 36 questions, it's this article in some New York Times post that highlighted 36 questions that will make you and the other person fall in love after you stare at each other for minutes after answering these questions. Very interesting experiment. But they're very intimate but also somewhat fun questions, and we decided to make a competitive version of it. Actually, Nick did this for us for Valentine's Day when I tore my ACL and was pretty bummed about it, and he turned it around by creating this game. So we have to answer for the other person, and if we got the right answer, then we'd get a check mark and get the point. There are 3 rounds and 12 questions each. I'll just give one example. So the first question here is, given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? So Nick, for me, answered Maria Ressa, and my real answer was Michelle Obama, though I would also love, honestly, the both of them as dinner guests. And then I picked for Nick Warren Buffett because he was very into options at that time. And Nick's answer is actually AOC. So none of us got it right. So he didn't check the boxes, but it was a fun time. We actually haven't finished it because there's a really long set of questions. But if you're interested, template is down below. A second one is Codenames, but our version, I made this for him for Christmas gift. And basically at the very end, he had to unscramble all the clues to find out where his gift was hidden. So basic instructions, very similar to Codenames. I give certain clues over here. 2 corresponds to the number of cards that pertain to that clue. So 2, and then Potter is the 1-word clue that I gave. So 2 and Potter means there are 2 cards in this board that pertain to the clue Potter, 3 for date, and 4 for games. These are very inside jokey, so you probably don't understand a lot of these things or why the clues pertain to it. Basically, here's the board and a picture related to that particular clue, and he checked off some of the things that he said, okay, this is a clue, and this is also helpful for him to identify which clue he thought this was associated to. Here's the thing that I put, if he was correct or not. And then here's the word related to this particular card. He eventually had to do is collect all of the words here associated with the right set of clues, unscramble that to then figure out that his gift was inside a gray box inside our apartment. Very cute. I'm also gonna link a template down below if you wanna create your own game for your partner or for friends and customize it based on inside jokes or things that are related to your relationship.
Next theme is travel. So first question, who has traveled to more cities in the US? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Huh? No, it's me.
Really?
I bet it's me.
I thought it would be me.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go.
Well, all the cities we've been to recently
Okay.
are the same.
Yeah.
I've been to Nashville. You've been to Chicago. I've been to Chicago. Oh, wait. Minneapolis. You've been to Minneapolis? Yeah. Louisville. San Diego. No, I haven't. Vermont. That's not a city. Ah, no. Sorry. What's Vermont city? I don't know. I've been Virginia. Never been. Florida. Okay, but that's not a city. Oh, another city. Okay, Miami. That's a city. Yeah. I've never been to Orlando. Oh, you've been to Orlando. I've been to one place in Florida. I think it's Orlando. You went to DC. Oh, yeah. So that, have you been to DC? Yeah. Connecticut. I mean, I've been to Middletown. Middletown. What about New Wait, Haven? Vermont city. There's too many. New Haven. I've been to New Haven. Yeah. This is pretty much it. I can't think of any more for me. Would you count layovers? No. Okay, no. I've been to Detroit. I've been to a lot of cities in Michigan. I should have put states. Anyway, next question.
Who has been to more countries in the world? 3, 2, 1.
Hell yeah.
I haven't traveled a ton.
Yep.
Who is most likely to hop on a plane and travel, like tomorrow or something? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
That's
it. Yep.
That's true. Part of keeping things fun is, of course, travel. Nick and I, mostly me, love to travel in different cities, and this is a bucket list that we have of places that we want to or have traveled to together. Now, a lot of these, for example, I've been to Manila many times, but Nick and I haven't been together, so that's what this particular travel bucket list pertains to. Very simple. We also just started this recently, inspired by the same couple that showed us the significant events plus other things. And we basically just put the flag and the city I want to be going to, and we have the things that we've already done, mostly US because visa stuff and pandemic. In progress one is Denver because we are thinking of going there next as a pit stop in our nomad life, and a relatively long wish list, hoping to fill this out more and move more stuff from wish list to in progress to done. And here it is again. Here's our couples Notion database with the 3 buckets: staying fun and exciting with cute coupley stuff, growth and accountability, keeping each other accountable towards our goals, and docs, milestones, significant events, things for reference. Again, showing the overkill and no communication spectrum. Figure out where this Notion database kind of sits in the spectrum for you. Make sure it's at a healthy point so that it feeds into your growth as a couple rather than making things more complicated. That's it for today. Make sure you check out other videos related to Notion if you're interested in that. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Pushing out.
I highly recommend. No.
Next question. I forgot the question.
There's like a lot of